I picked up this book a few years back from the Goodwill. I thought it looked interesting about the Bible code on my journey, and finally, I guess a couple of weeks back, I started reading it and I read the whole thing and I was like, whoa, this is amazing. And it instantly made me think of a movie. And I was only like 10 pages in. And I started wondering, I know there's truth in movies. And so this movie has had a truth in it that I didn't know what it was, but me picking up this book and just happened to finally read it a few years later made the connection. And I thought, so if you're trying to tell me that there's been a code in the Bible the whole time that everybody knew about, the powers that were knew about and was acting on, and then I saw a video with a brother talking about that too, I thought, wow, this is amazing. So I've been working on this video for a few weeks. So today, I guess it's coming to be. Yeah. Peace, family. So this movie right here, this is the movie that came to mind when I started reading that book. I think it had to be like about 5 or 10 pages in. I was like, wait a minute. Something ain't right. This is a real book. Look at that. I was like, this is a real book. And it's just like the movie. Knowing. How is that? Right? So this part right here. This is where it get good. Decoding. That's what we do all day. So think about it. If the entire Bible has a code like that underneath it, i.e. within it, right? So he get online to go check it. The dates and the numbers he just saw, right? Look at me in the background.
In memory of the 2,996 lives that were lost that day. 2,996. Come on.
Right. For real? Quit playing. Then he went full Monty. Speed it up a little bit there. This is an old school, ain't it? Look, the battery back bingo. So he researched, right? Started seeing it all was lining up. And I swear, in that book that I read, it spells this out exactly. Exactly. And it's a real book. So this movie was based on a real book. And I tried to figure out I found out who wrote it, but like what it was based on, like where it came from. I couldn't find anything until I read that book. And I said, ain't that some shit? So what does that mean?
Yeah.
So then he go tell his friend about it.
Right. That's how many people died in the attacks that day.
Yeah.
All right, stay with me. I know how this sounds. But I've matched these numbers to the dates of every major global disaster for the last 50 years in perfect sequence, except for 3. And these events haven't occurred yet, starting with this one. So tomorrow, somewhere on the planet, this number string predicts that 81 people are going to die in some kind of tragedy.
Have a listen to yourself.
I know.
It sounds pretty crazy.
I know.
Even for you.
It always sounds crazy till you look at the proof.
What's this?
Open it.
Boom, proof.
Why are you showing me this?
Dale's and I.
They were trying to make like you crazy.
Oh, yeah. It's on the list too. On a piece of paper that's been buried in the ground for 5 decades. Yeah. Can you explain that, Phil? I was up all night going over this. I went through that list again and again.
So you wonder how the powers that were had to jump on everything,
Maybe
right?
someone's playing a really shitty joke.
It's not
Right.
a shitty joke.
Right.
John.
Except
It's
I
not a
saw them
shitty
take
joke.
it up. I watched them pull the capsule out of the ground and hand that sealed envelope to my kid.
Okay, let me ask you this then. All these uncircled numbers?
There we go. Money shot.
I don't know yet. Maybe nothing.
Come back.
Let me ask you this then. All these uncircled numbers?
So, go back. Oops, sorry. Shit.
All these uncircled numbers? What are they?
There we go. Pause. So, the book that I'm reading says that. Okay, so these numbers are written out in all one long string. That's how she was writing them out. Oh, ugly Lucinda. That's how she was writing them out, right? All out in one thing. So the book is saying that the Bible in Hebrew, if you wrote it out like all in one string, one long thing, encased within that long thing is dates, longitude, latitude, names, and so forth and so on, right? And you would think, that's crazy. But in the book, it talks a lot about, let me grab it. In the book, just to my house shoes. You know I'm talking when you hear my house shoes. In the book, look at that. Like, excuse me. Hello? Is that not the same thing? Look. And this is a real book that this real man wrote and went over to the other countries telling them about what he found. And it couldn't really come to full fruition until the computer came about to string things along and make it faster. So all this stuff was already written on tablets and so on and so forth. So in the book, they're challenging back and forth if the Bible was written by a higher source, somebody with, I guess that's a cosmic being, higher spiritual entity to encode all this stuff. So we know what the deal is. We know who wrote the Bible, the books where the knowledge came from, per se. So how is that? So I was watching, what was I watching? A video, and Brother Rod said something about this, and I was like, oh, I gotta record that. So let me stop this, and then I'm gonna see if I can find it. But yeah, the Bible Code book is what the movie Knowing is based off of. And it's real shit. That's amazing. So this is the part in this book that really got me thinking, right? Hold on. This book, The Bible Code, by Michael Drosnin. This part. It's on page 25. So it says, the Bible is constructed like a giant crossword puzzle. It's encoded from beginning to end with words that connect to tell a hidden story, right? So down here, it says, but it is more than a simple skip code, crisscrossing the entire known text of the Bible hidden under the original Hebrew of the Old Testament is a complex network of words and phrases, a new revelation. There's a Bible beneath the Bible. The Bible is not only a book, it is also a computer program. It was first chiseled in stone and handwritten on a parchment scroll, finally printed as a book, waiting for us to catch up with it by inventing a computer. That's wild. It says now it can be read as it was always intended to be read. So when you think about that, it just makes sense. And you know what's wild? Like I just got this book in. Hold on. I be getting books every week. I just got this book in, The Holographic Universe, and how I haven't really started reading it yet, but it was interesting because it's like, we live in a mind. It's something that's very intelligent. So when you start breaking things down like this, then it makes sense that there are codes everywhere, and we are here to decode it, beat the game. So yeah. So back to the Bible code. So this is the funny thing. If the end of the movie, knowing, shows this is the end, something is gonna happen. Then like, what? You gotta think about that. What is it saying? It's that old school.
Gil, I want you to come with me. We're going now.
But we have to go with them. They won't hurt us.
Abby, are you okay? Your mom wanted to be here, honey.
I know. The whisper people told me that Mommy's safe now. They've been protecting us all along, Dad. They sent a message ahead of them to prepare the way. And now they've come for us.
Who are you?
Where's my words?
It's time to go, Dad. They've chosen us so we can start over. So everything can start over.
You looking like the hell?
What do you mean? I don't understand. Why is he saying that, Dad?
What's he saying, Gil?
He's saying only the children must go.
So everybody can't go.
Those who heard the call.
Please.
This says a lot. She like cheers. It's kind of sad.
I can't go with you, Gil. I can't go with you.
They've chosen us to go.
They haven't chosen us, Gil. They've chosen you. Both of you. You have to take care of Abby now. You have to be strong for her.
You do see the visual manipulation, though. If the world is going to restart, they showing you it's going to restart with 2 white kids.
Taking you away from
And it's
them.
like, what?
But they didn't. You have to make this decision yourself.
But the point is,
But you
the reality is How we spoke before we used words. I know I used this clip in a post before. Reminds you of Nibiru, huh? From the Crystal City. That's more realistic. Chosen are all over.